Still in the realm of coaching others, a notion that I've heard you speak about is detached caring, as in
Yeah.
I care about the relationship that I have with my client, but I don't care about them per se. Why is that an important thing to understand for coaches?
Well, it's similar to, or I should say, it's similar to the part of the what we are just talking about previously of autonomy. Is that remember in the simple terms of it, like this is the starting point of a fitness relationship. If people are just listening in, my hands are apart, and then when you start a fitness relationship, it's like this. My hands are now together, and then what our belief is in the higher order store form of a fitness relationship is back to this, right? Which my hands are apart again, right? So that actually is in the material world a detachment, right? So you're detached because you don't know one another, and then you become attached because you want to learn from one another and change and grow to eventually detach again, because that's the highest order version of what we were talking about previously. So, but to preempt, what detached caring means, we use that for the what we call the triangle of trust, which is a base support that all coaches should use as a background thinking to say, how do I continue to try to act in good character as a coach to try to gain the highest amount of trust with clients? And I mean back here because it has to come with good intentions. Like you should try to be trying to gain, just become a better human over time as a coach. And with that, you gain more trust from your clients. It's funny how the world works that way, but we gain trust when we become, like, quote unquote, on a scale, better humans, right? Better with ourselves and better with others around us. And the way you do that is through competency, consistency, and caring. Those are the three aspects of the triangle of trust that we ask coaches to use. Now, I preempted that so you can see that the reason why we even focus on caring is because we believe as people move through this form of caring over time in a relationship, you will build the highest amount of trust with one client and multiple clients, because your ability to gain trust as a goal for you, just strengthens you as a person. It's the really, really high levels, because there's lots of, honesty, and there's a lot of truths you're punched with, inside of going after that practice, right? So on this start of caring, it moves from, you caring about the person, but what we mean about caring over time as that grows for you and that other person is you start recognizing that what caring means in that portion of the triangle is that you care a lot about the relationship, not the person as much. You see the difference in that, right? Because
Mm.
care for a client, we start to get into, dependency models and taking care of someone, and the word is really just hijacked in that place, right? So what we talk about is care for the relationship. So therefore, the highest order form, like the most grandiose concept in terms of caring for a relationship, should be one in which there's actually a broken level of care, meaning that you're apart, so, and you're apart. Why? Because you each are on your own way, and you're surviving, and you're navigating, you're actually helping other people, right? So that's what's also embedded in that equation, Sean, previously, of autonomy. People just think, oh, they're on their own, they're in their garage just working out on their own in the corner on the VersaClimber. How exciting is that? No, no. They're also teaching other people, right? They're teaching their families, right? And they're teaching those in their community. Do you see that? So autonomy
Mm.
comes with it also this, ability to teach others, because then it bleeds out, because that's how you should teach clients enough so that they can teach others. That's when you know that they've really reached that point. Sorry to go off of that, but yeah, that's what detached caring is that over time the relationship is so strong that they're on their own. So, which means it's detached.
From your experience, is that something that coaches, maybe experienced coaches, have a hard time considering if they've never come across that thought? The idea that they should feel comfortable kind of letting go of their clients a little bit, because I guess
Oh
you talked about dependency, right? So there is that
yeah.
you do create a relationship with another human, and it does. I mean, from my experience, I've developed friendships. I can call those the people that I've worked with for many years that they're my friends. Now, do I invite them at my parties and stuff like that? Usually I don't. But there is that aspect of letting go that comes in with this. And so how much resistance have you seen to that in the years that you've coached coaches?
Well, resistance on behalf of the fitness landscape, I mean, tremendous resistance to that concept. As I said, because it dissolves the entire system. Because what I'm actually talking about is the dissolution of these long-term dependent relationships. They're like, well, how are we going to make money? you know, they just think there's no one else to help. It's like, how am I going to help people? If you're saying we should get rid of them, it's like, have you ever worked with someone? Like, it takes a long time to teach them how to self-navigate. So there's I don't even know how to say it. There's just such tremendous resistance. Whatever a better word for tremendous 5x is, that's what the resistance is for the fitness landscape. For clients, it's also a resistance, but not as such a high level, because they deeply inside, I believe anyways, humans know that they have the potential for autonomy, right? Because they observe other things throughout their life as they grow and age and their brain grows, of being autonomous in other aspects of living. So they can easily, when you speak about it in fitness, they're like, yeah, it's hard for me to comprehend because I may not have seen my parents go through it, or I don't know what you're talking about, but something is itching in there that I can kind of scratch that a little bit, right? But see, this is the thing. In order to get to the clients, you got to move through the coaches. So if there's tremendous resistance to the coaches believing in it, no clients are going to hear about it, And ironically, there's percentages of all those people out there who don't need anyone, and no one wants to talk about them. It's like, why are they successful? Why they're successful is because they're not making the fitness experience complex. They're just walking and lifting rocks and eating whole foods. That's it's like, well, geez, they must be problematic if they're not coming to see us. Like, no, actually, they're just doing everything that's needed to express themselves for their life. Anyways, yeah, so lots of resistance. I think I think I'm not going to lay claim to that conversation. I think it's been spoken of a lot of times, but I just think it gets, over time, just like my language on it, it'll just get pushed to the side, or my books will get burned, or no one will want to publish the concepts of it, or I'll look like a curmudgeon, more so than a visionary on that concept over time, So lots of resistance for the autonomy story.